and it is cold. It is 25 degrees here in South Alabama, and I wasn't ready for it. I am hunting this morning, and I have got like, I didn't get properly ready. I ain't got the proper under layers of clothes on for this type of cool cold. But anyway, we're gonna just freeze a little bit and hopefully see some deer. Anyway, we are sitting in the spot. I'm sitting about 60 yards away from where I killed Mohican. And we had this ladder stand here then, but I'm in a ladder stand this morning. I figured I'd come get this whole place a shot, see what happened. I bumped a deer out on the way in, so there's that. No idea what it was. It didn't blow. It was still dark outside, so they didn't know it was what it was. So I ain't scared too bad. It's liable to come back through. But the sun's just now starting to peek over the sunlight started to peek over the trees a little bit. I got the full moon setting right here to my left. Beautiful sight. Other than the full moon, it ought to be freaking on now. But a full moon may mess it up, I don't know. But you can't kill them if you don't hunt. Next couple mornings ought to be pretty legit, so I'll be out here more than likely. It's a weekday, so I gotta go to work, but and get a good couple hours sits in. 2.5, 3 hours sits in before going to work. And a lot can happen in that amount of time. So yeah, y'all stay tuned, and hopefully something awesome will happen here soon. But y'all stay tuned. I'm just sit here and freeze a little bit. it's not going back that way. I don't know if you can see it, but in that way, so I don't know what he's coming from, but something spooked his little tail, so I gotta get down. I got about an hour left, so hey, we're seeing something getting better, so maybe, just maybe, that won't mess it up too bad. After about 15 minutes, the blowing doesn't really matter, in my opinion, so we're just gonna stay tuned, stay vigilant, and see what happens. How's it going, guys? Welcome back. So it's the next day, but it's that afternoon. On it this morning, didn't see anything, and I did see something. I saw a deer a long way away. Couldn't tell what it was. Walking too fast for me to get a scope or anything worthy on it to see it. But anyway, I'm in a food plot this afternoon in a ladder stand. If you couldn't tell by now, but I gotta be quiet. It's pretty calm, but it is cold, or cool. It's very cool right now, but it's supposed to be dropping it higher temps. Some more. It's not good. I'm glad. Cut that. Not answering that phone call, but anyway, I'm out here in the woods. Excuse the vibration of my phone or this thing, but I'm out here in the woods. Beautiful, beautiful food plot that we're in. Deer. I've got a bunch of rat bugs that I've had on camera earlier this year in this vicinity. Kind of came in here late, got off work a little early, and was able to sneak in here. Nothing was in here. There's a member of my club that's out here that already has like 2 does, a spike, and a yearling or a fawn in his food plot, so they're moving right now. So luckily, I hopefully beat them here, but I'm gonna be quiet and we're gonna see what happens, and hopefully something moves, and hopefully we see a buck this afternoon. And there's a good chance if I see a rat buck, I'll shoot him, more than likely, but I know there's plenty around this area. It's just whether or not they walk in front of us today. So y'all stay tuned. I appreciate y'all staying with me. Alright guys, so excuse the shaking, I'm in my truck. That was freaking awesome. That's the most deer I've seen all year. That's the most deer I know of that I or anybody else has ever seen on that plot at one time. It's a great plot. I've killed a buck out of it when I was probably 17-ish, 16, 17-ish. There's been other bucks killed out of it since then, but that was the first time I've ever seen that many deer in the plot. And that was a buck. That was a buck at the very end, but it was behind. It came in the plot, and whenever it first came in the plot, I had that window where I could see it, and it had a split main beam, like it had from where the main beam split into a G2, and that's all I could see about the buck, and that's all I ever seen about the buck. And I had him, I could have shot him multiple times through those leaves and the branches, but I couldn't ever see how big he actually was. And it's early in the season still, and I just wasn't ready to take that shot without having any idea, because you know, it could have been a 4-point. Like, in all reality, it could have been a 4-point, could have been a 8-point, yeah, but I just never seen how wide he was. I could never see how wide he was, and I just wasn't gonna make that shot. It was plenty of legal light, but he was just behind all those leaves. Those leaves hadn't fallen off of that little oak tree yet. And normally this time of the year, those leaves are gone, so we never cut the tree because you could shoot through it or see through it at least, you know. And we just hadn't cut that tree because of that reason. But we just now got our first freeze of the year. It's really late in the year for our first freeze, and they just hadn't fallen off yet. But all in all, it was a freaking awesome hunt. That's the most deer I've seen this year, probably pretty much combined. I'm sorry that we missed pretty much a whole week of uploads. It has been a struggle, guys. Me and Zach have struggled. I have came out here, and you probably won't believe me, but I could show you a lot of clips of me running intros, but I'm not gonna do that. But I have came out here 6 times and not seen a deer. 6 hunts without seeing a deer. 6 hunts for me is a lot right now because I'm working and haven't been able to take off anytime to hunt. I'm only hunting the weekends or like 2 hours in the morning like I did yesterday morning, this morning. But I never was able to get one. I never able to see one any of those morning hunts. Like 6 hunts in a row, I never even seen a deer. I saw a spike yesterday morning. That was the first buck of the year I've seen. And Zach has struggled as far as being able to kill deer. Now, he's doing everything right. They're just not happening this year for us so far. So we're gonna keep grinding at it and hope something changes. But I don't know what I don't know what happened early this year to make the deer move. It just dead. But this cold weather seems to have them on their feet pretty good. Like I said, just saw 11 deer. 10. It was those 3 does that came in, and they went on by. I know it wasn't the same 3 there because they went down and toward. I was only about 300 yards from another food plot, and they went down, and I watched them for a ways without turning the camera, and they went all the way pretty much to the other food plot. So they saw them 3, and then those 7 just came out like that, and then that buck right there at last light, and then just couldn't ever tell who it was. But that's how it goes sometimes. That's hunting. I could have shot that deer. I could have ground checked him, but I didn't. I may come to regret that, but as long as he's there, I didn't run any deer off getting out. I'm really late getting out. I hope the other guys at the club think it might, but I'm really late getting out. So
I'm about to head back to the house. Probably gonna hunt in the morning. Tomorrow's Thursday. It's supposed to rain Friday, and then it's gonna be a pretty good weekend for hunting, so I'm gonna be doing that. So I appreciate y'all watching. Y'all stay tuned for more. Always remember to like and subscribe. Always remember to live life 25 high.